one of the features that we think is another differentiator is that database is allowing us to accurately print that card with that card ID label every time. We know that in the industry there are times when you may submit a card and I think Mosaic Refractors, for example, or something, may come back with one label one time and another label a different time. So our database allows us to completely standardize it and replicate everything that goes on so that it accurately matches that card. We'll be able to consistently do that thanks to the efforts of our database, our data team.
I think that's really important, guys, because something that Steve mentioned several times on episode number 1 last Tuesday was just consistency and consistency. You know, I've got lots of graded cards in my collection, and it's always annoying when you get a label back that is misprinted, or I've got one with spelling mistake. Are you ever going to put out a card where the card is upside down in the holder? I've seen that before, kind of off topic, but I have seen that before. But again, the consistency in the way the label is formatted, the different information, the maybe abbreviations if it gets too long. Do you guys have all that worked out? As far as some of these cards have 15 words in their names just to describe them. Have you guys worked all that out?
We've gone through some of the most extensive text-heavy cards that we can think of, and we basically started with spelling out Giannis's full name. So we've started
Giannis with other players. Team cards too.
Exactly. We've thought about all of the combinations. We have set abbreviations, and we're reluctant to use abbreviations because we like when it spells it out fully. So we have dynamic algorithms that basically will say, use this abbreviation if necessary, so that everything is consistent. And we lean towards not using the abbreviations, but we will when necessary.
When necessary, right? I just want to address Troy's questions there. That from my understanding, please confirm if I'm wrong, guys, or confirm either way, but it's going to be one price per card, regardless of the declared value or the value of that card. No. I know one of the companies in the space does upcharge based on value. You guys will not be upcharging?
We will not be upcharging. We'll be pricing based on turnaround time.
There you go, Troy. Thanks for that, guys. Okay, sorry, I'll let you continue on. Oh, well, here, let's just do this question from Ramsey. Great work, very professional. I have a question. What happens if the slab is dropped in water?
It won't be damaged. There's a specific word, and I wish I could remember it now, but it's a type of seal. Hermetic seal. Yes, thank you. Wow. It's almost as if we're a team. Hermetic seal. We're achieving that consistently out with our welders. We have them dialed in with a specific collapse length and different variables that we've dialed in to achieve that every time. So your cards will be protected.
And something that I noticed when I was at the facility that we talked about was that with the tag slab, there's going to be no frosting around the seal, around the border of the seal. And that's something I know you guys were very proud of, that because any other slab I've seen, you can see frosting around, and it is an eyesore. And I know some of the companies have different versions of their slab, different inlays, all sorts of things that just make it not a consistent experience for the customer. And I know, especially if you have like a tobacco card in a PSA slab, for example, sometimes I've seen that frosted inlay. Sometimes it's completely clear. And when you have a whole set, it's just disturbing not to have it consistent. And if you want to get it consistent and uniform, you got to send it up and send it back and pay again to have it re-slabbed. Are all your slabs going to look the same, I guess, is where I'm going with this. And just speak a little bit to the fact that there's no frosting around the edges and why that even exists for other companies.
Well, and the key to that really is the location of what are called the energy directors. And you can think of the energy directors as basically triangular tipped points that are electrode welded into our slabs that are basically the glue of what the ultrasonics melt, right? So you can just think of them as the melting glue. And they are hidden in the radiused edges. So we're really proud of the fact that we were able to put them there so that as the weld seals, all the glue, it's sporadic so that there isn't excessive glue, but it's enough to create a true seal. And then the pressure that we use is not enough to create what the frosting as well. So it's a combination of all of those things to kind of create a nice happy medium of transparency.
Awesome. Thanks for that answer. And I want to just go to Dave Bolaton's question here, basically saying, are you guys going to be doing on-site grading? I think he means at card shows, at the National, for example. Can we expect TAG to have a setup at the National in 2022?
Most definitely.
2022.
That one's really
That's
the one that's
Next month.
Oh, yeah, next month, not the one next month. The following one.
Next month.
Yeah,
the following one. Okay, great, good. And Troy Collectible says, no upcharge, thank you. You have a lifetime customer. Yeah, people really like the fact that people really don't like the fact that some companies charge you based on the value of your card. You know, so congratulations for overcoming that. Okay, back to the slab. Do you want me to bring up share the screen again so you can keep speaking to the slab?
Yes, please.
Should I go over the security elements, or you have more?
Basically, I was just going to go over
here
the subgrades, which is included free in every single card we grade, and we think that lends itself to the spirit of transparency. We feel like the subgrades are part of the tag grade. They're part of the evaluation of the card. They're just part of the whole package. So we don't charge extra for them, and we don't omit them. They're always included for you.
And the subgrades, as I can see here, are on a 1,000 point scale. So that's that row under the QR code and where it says 10 gem mint. I see centering, corners, surface, and edges. Those are all 1,000 point grades. Right. And then above that, embedded in the QR code, I see another 1,000 point scale grade. And then to the right of it, we can see the industry standard grade, the 10. Do you guys want to speak to now, before I actually open it up to you, I want to mention that on episode number 3, which is this Saturday, we're going to see the detailed image and grading report, which customers can access by scanning that QR code or by going through the website through their order and seeing what that image report looks like. But do you want to speak to the 1,000 point scale briefly? Yes. Because we're going to get into it in much more detail on Saturday.
Totally. So like you just said, Jeremy, 2 grades. One is the industry standard grade that everyone's used to. It's a standard 10-point scale. And that is converted from the tag grade, which is on the 1,000-point scale. And this is our precise, further refined grade that our system gives. And so at any time, you get a 10 gem mint and you want to compare your 10 gem mint to another 10 gem mint, you can easily look and see, oh, this one got a 972, this one got a 971. Haha, I have 1 point. I have 1 point on you. So, I mean, we like that fact that it really adds an additional aspect of gamification to the hobby. We all know that people classify stuff as a high 10, a low 10. It's kind of, you read beyond the 2-digit number, right? So we like being able to quantify that and really, it's like quantifying the eye appeal element, turning that into a 3-digit score. And let me 4-digit if it's 1,000.
Let me just jump in too and say that what it also provides is just that additional level of accuracy for the condition of the card itself. Because if anyone watching now or listening has been watching Sports Cards Live at all for the past couple of years, I'm very fond of saying that, not all 10s are the same, not all 9s are the same. There are not only 10 or call it 18 or 19 different grades available to cards. And I say 18 or 19 with half grades. There's an infinite amount of conditions that a card can be in. So a 10-point scale is almost insulting to us as collectors, I think, because it doesn't tell the story. 1,000-point scale, I love it, guys. I love it. From the moment I saw it, I fell in love with it. I think it's, we know that SGC used to have a 100-point scale, which wasn't really a 100-point scale, but they had a 100-point score on their card. But it didn't really translate the same way. There were not 100 different grades available at that point, but with you guys, there actually are, I won't say 1,000, but 900 different scores available, because it's actually a 100 to 1,000 scale. Excuse me. I'm still recovering. But I love the 1,000-point scale because, again, it gives us that added level of just accuracy. And to me, it's it brings to light what I've been saying for so long, which is, hey, I'd rather have a strong 4 than a weak 5 in my collection. Well, now I can actually see, I can quantify those words. What is a strong 4? What is a weak 5? And all the way up the scale. So I'm a humongous fan of the 1,000-point scale. And I can't wait to get my first cards back that tell me where those particular cards fall within that scale. So anyway, I'll shut up, put it back to you guys.
Thank you for saying that. I remember when we first showed you, and when you first came to the facility and we showed you, and I remember thinking, well, he could either hate it or love it, but you responded so well that we're just glad that you see the vision like we do. So appreciate those comments.
I love it. I mean, I would have done it if I was as smart as all you guys at TAG. I would have done it the same way. So it really resonates with me as a collector.